Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back with another SnowRunner mod review, and today we're checking out the Mercedes Benz G-Wagon AMG 63. This is relatively new, and for those of you that are going to ask if it's coming to console, I'm not entirely sure. It does have all the official branding, which I believe is one of the things that would disqualify it from coming to console, but so far it looks good, has a few customization options, and it also sounds good, and I am very excited to get this into the torture test and see how it does. We do have the mud tires on instead of chain, so it might be a little bit slow to get in there, but you know what to do, guys. Drop a like on the video, make sure you hit that sub button. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, guys, let's customize this AMG 63 G-Wagon. Azoff AM 4V160. Alright, we gotta sell these to figure out what's what. So we got the KZR or KR120AT, which I believe is the engines that he created, or we have the Azoff. It's S plus, that takes it to B plus. So let's try this and see. I'm gonna put the SnowRunner gearbox on. We're also gonna put the raised gearbox on. Tires, we're gonna go with the TM. Those are some weird mud tires. These aren't chained. It says they're chained, but they're not chained. Those actually look kind of cool too, but we are gonna go with the mud tires. Advanced Scout, spare wheel. We got 3 different rim choices. I'm gonna take the black and let's pull it out and see what it does. So first thing to note is the interior is done. The steering wheel's in like the highest position possible, I think. The center console looks, you know, pretty real. The wheel looks nice. The gauges look nice. It is what I would say, a finished interior for the sake of SnowRunner, and it's nice to have. And all the mirrors work, which is also really good. There's some mods that the mirrors just do not work on. And we do have a decent lift here, so I'm excited to see how it does with this lift. Now, the engine choices were a little confusing, but I went with the most expensive one. And in theory, the more money you spend, the better it should perform, right? So let's just hope that that is the case here, especially with this G-Wagon. And I do know that the Northport torture test is getting a little tiring. We are in the process of moving all mod reviews to a completely different map and region. So we'll keep you up to date with that, but that is coming very soon. Here we are in high, and you know, we just seem to be spinning here for all that we're worth. Let's put it in low. There wasn't an engageable diff lock option, I don't believe. So that was just, yeah, not an option. It's got all-wheel drive on, but no diff lock options, which might end up being an issue. Unless the diff lock is just always on anyways, which it appears that way because everything is spinning, no problem. So I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but it doesn't instill a ton of confidence going into the torture test, given the fact that we had our time just in that little bit of snow. Lights, the tail lights are pretty nice, so we'll say that is a plus. We're gonna put on automatic till we get closer to the pit, and then we'll drop it in a low or low minus, whatever we might need to do. Even in low, going towards the mud pit, we were struggling a little bit. I don't want to say it's digging, but it is, yeah, well, it is digging. There's no way around that. We're still doing okay. Let's pop it in a low minus here. Low minus might actually be the sweet spot for this. I'm not entirely sure. Do start to spin a little bit more in a low, but so far we are pushing through it. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Low minus, we still seem to be okay so far. It is extremely slow going, but it hasn't stopped us yet in low minus. So far, it's even handling these tree branches better than some of the big rigs that we try to push through here. That is pretty surprising. I'm also very happy to see that we've made it this far still without having a winch. Now, this could be a cool, versatile scout to use in almost any situation. It doesn't have super unrealistic fuel capacity, which reminds me, I hope we can at least have enough fuel to make it to the end of this, because there is no upgrade parts that would allow us to have fuel with it. We may have to winch to these trees to get them to break. And it is about to break, hopefully. There we go. Gotta get this one to break somehow. It just isn't. And there we go. Actually, might need to winch this just a little bit more. And now we'll put in a low minus just to crawl out of this mud that we dug ourselves into. The look of the suspension and just this vehicle overall is really nice. There's a lot of attention to detail on the exterior. It is very, very well done, almost in every aspect. Let's head into our little scout trail and finish off this torture test. It did fine. It's gonna be interesting to see how it performs in the deep snow at the end of this trail, the other end of it. And now we're in a low plus. We'll see how this does. Hopefully this is slow enough. And the suspension has just enough flex to actually get over those little hurdles. That worked out no problem. so far it is cruising up this mountain, and there's no issues at all. Let's pull in here, make ourselves at home. It is kind of cool to see this in scale to the house. So it doesn't seem too high, but it doesn't seem too low either, which in my opinion is actually, if anything, kind of nice, to say the least. And this just sits really nicely here at home. Let's continue the rest of the trail and see how we do. There's some deep snow up ahead that is a little bit of a concern, but I am very hopeful that we can make it through. You can see here where we do end up getting kind of hung up. Or not hung up, but slowed down by the deep snow pretty quickly. And in low, we're actually doing better than some of the other scouts we've tested recently going through this part where we do have the deep snow. I don't want to put it into low plus yet because we will end up just spinning a little too much. Put it into low minus and see if that helps at all. Seem to be going the same speed we do on the low, maybe even a little bit faster. But unlike some of the other testing we've done with other mods, we didn't get slowed down entirely by that little bit of snow behind us. Continue on, and we just got a short little ways to go now. And there we go, guys, and that is it. If you want to check out this mod, the download link is going to be in the description, guys. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub. 10 out of 10, recommend this mod. The only thing or issue that I have is there's no options for extra fuel. Doing that little test, we've actually been left with 7 liters.